welcome to our show.
Everybody,
you should have been facing this way.
Oh, hi.
What up, y'all?
What up, people?
What up? Peace. Welcome to Substantial Sundays, y'all. All right.
Got a full house today.
Yes,
Once again.
We got guests.
All right. Yeah, man. Where do we start? Well, peace. So for a while. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, peace, everybody. What's going on? Thanks for tuning in. There's a lot of y'all in there. Yeah, it's real. It is real.
We're about to go play a game of full court basketball.
Wait, this is in the night court?
Right.
I don't think we.
Wrong one. But yeah, man, welcome to Substantial Sundays. If it's your first time tuning in, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We go live every Sunday around 7 p.m. And yeah, spread the word. Hey, Joshua, shout out to Joshua. Hey, peace to everybody in here right now. Make sure you say peace. Make sure you let us know where you're watching from. And most important, be sure to share the link. And everybody in the studio, turn the volume down on your joints. You know what I'm saying? Right. Somebody said, oh, Mr. Shit said Resurrection of the House Party Part 2. Alright. Yeah, man. Yo, so, hey, happy Sunday to everybody, man. So how was y'all week?
What up, my Ava? Oh, good, man.
It went by so fast.
Yeah, always does.
Sunday.
Right. It's
Always
late
does.
Sunday evening and then.
Right, you know. Yeah, man. It's if I look like I probably need to go to sleep, it's because I've been at Blerdcon all weekend. Yeah. Son.
Bragging.
Man, look. yes, I am. Blerdcon was dope as hell.
Yes.
Look, man, if y'all don't mind, I'll just jump in that. You know what I mean? Get
Yeah,
that out.
yeah.
Get it jumping. So, well, first, let me introduce our special guest today. You know what I mean? Of course, you got the usual suspects. Hi, I'm Stan. And then over there, you got my man J.Cash. And then, of course, we got my man Sherm The Barber. And our two special guests in the house today, we got my man Malcolm Jackson coming all the way from Houston, Texas. You might recognize that name because he's the brother who's had his skill set as a percussionist to tracks on the Garden album, and he also co-produced the outro music. He featured on the outro music to our show, which is called Closing 0037. So shout out to Malcolm Jackson for actually being here. And to my left, which is your right, we have my brother DJ AAROCK. That's one of those two A's is silent. So he's DJ AAROCK. Hey AAROCK.
Hey, A-Rod.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to my man DJ AAROCK who's up in here with us today. Somebody called Shiny Johnny so random, yo. But shout out to y'all, man, everybody up in here. We got shout out to Johnny Brezzo up in the place.
Seen him in person, so couldn't recognize him.
Word.
Here I am in flesh.
Yeah. Shout out to Tsunami up in here. We got Texas Lone Wolf, Asar Haru, Amnu. I'm not sure if I said your name right. My Ava up in the spot. Shout out to my Ava because my Ava and the rest of the Oxon Hill Middle School Eagle Band was at Blerdcon on day one, performed live. They covered the Avengers theme song. I'm talking about they had over 21 instruments in there being played by 6th through 9th graders. They did the Avengers song, they did Pink Panthers, they did the Incredibles theme music. They my Ava's younger brother was on the drum set, playing full drum set, 6th graders, right? And then we had also had another brother who was on percussion, one of our 8th graders who's now rising 9th grader. And they also covered the theme music to Harry Potter as well. So, and they did this all while in cosplay. So that was just super dope.
Yeah.
And it's the first time anything like that has happened at Blerdcon. So that was really, really dope. Yeah. I haven't seen it done at any convention.
They did bite off Beyonce.
That's what we know. That's what we know. But man, shout out to Oxon Hill for coming through. So real quick recap, Blerdcon. For those who don't know, Blerd means black nerd, and basically Blerdcon is a convention that is owned and operated by people of color, and it is a con that literally has been doubling in size every year since its inception. So this year was the 3rd year. I haven't confirmed the numbers yet, but I know we were expecting between 5,000 to 7,000 people this year. The reason why I'm saying we, for those who don't know, I'm actually a music director at Blerdcon. So we had lots of concerts. We had shout out to first night was Rep the System, who was the closing act of the night, and shout out to the homie Nightwing, who did his thing, and Player One, who came out from Detroit. Night 2, or day 2, I should say, we had J-Soul, Senator's Tempo. I did my thing with AAROCK, and Steph came all the way down from Brooklyn, New York. And then we also had Samus, yo. Samus.
Doctor.
Yes, but everybody about Samus.
Right, Dr. Samus.
She didn't let nobody know. She done snuck it on everybody.
Listen. If you are not familiar with Samus's music, you really need to check her out. I would say,
you need to spell
I
that
would
too.
say she's definitely like a top tier MC. Period. Not like top tier female MC. No, like Samus will wrap circles around a good majority of the people who rap, and make the beat that she did it. Like she'll make the beat and then body them with the bars. And she's not necessarily, and what makes her different too, she's not a battle rapper per se, but like when you listen to her, how she puts her words together, man, like in terms of like her phrasing, her flows, and like, yo, like she's a complete MC.
Yeah,
like very brilliant, yo, like very brilliant. You know what I mean? She's highly respected by like other top tier MCs, like the Homeboy Sandmans of the world, people like Open Mike Eagle and Mega Ran, many other really, really dope lyricists know how sick she's been for the last 10 years. So definitely check out Samus if you're not familiar. My recommendation for you, which is actually in my Soulful Hip Hop playlist, is to check out the song 1080p. Yes. She performed it last night, broke down while she was performing it because it's a really powerful track. But before she even did it, was already my favorite song from her. So when she did the joint, I'm in that joint like, shit, what's the liquid on my, what is this, my, Man, it was beautiful, yo. She killed it. So shout out to everyone who performed over the weekend, all the DJs that came through, everybody that came out to support. Brother Sherm came through. Tell us about your experience, man.
Man, it was real cool, man. Just seeing everybody out in full comic book and whatever garb. It was pretty exciting, man. I know Olu enjoyed it, and of course CJ enjoys anything that has to do with sci-fi or some character. But yeah, it was cool, man. Like seeing like that Black culture has adopted that side of, you know, American culture. Like, we're not afraid to do this shit. Like, you can remember back in the 90s, that would not have been cool.
Yeah.
As a black person, like,
oh my God.
Yeah. To be cool, like, yeah, I'm a nerd. I like to wear comic book costumes. Like, but you got a sick side eye. But yeah, it was a dope experience though.
So what was crazy this time last year, I posted on Sunday because I didn't have time to do the show live. I just posted an interview that I did with Mega Ran while I was at Blerdcon. And one of the things, as a matter of fact, I'll link that video to this at the end. But yo, like definitely check that video out, because one of the things that he says is like, man, you know, we were talking about the first through the glass gets the bloodiest. And so like, you know, Mega Ran and MC Lars, they're two dudes who were like pioneers in the whole nerdcore scene. And like, so when you look at like, you know, how like being a bit of a nerd nowadays is cool, knowing about these comic book movies, knowing about comic books, knowing about sci-fi joints, knowing about like different fantasy novels, Afrofuturism, all of these things that have been associated with nerd culture for the longest time, and how it's more acceptable now than it's ever been. So, you know, first through the glass is the bloodiest, as you would say.
Let me tell you something. You want to know the craziest thing? Because like from St. Thomas, hip hop was considered nerdy at one point. Until Public Enemy came out with Rebel Without a Pause. All of a sudden you see all the Rastas and everything blasting that in their car. But before that,
You say where was it?
St. Thomas.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, because you know it's calypso and reggae. You know what I mean?
Right,
Hip hop
right.
was a new thing. They used to call it disco boys. And we used to get ragged on and all that stuff. But then thank God for Public Enemy, Rebel Without a Pause. That shut it down real fast.
Right.
But that's crazy.
These dudes might whoop us.
Right. Nah, man. It's
I'm sorry, because I
yeah. So,
I actually saw a guy dressed in Green Lantern when I dropped Jalen.
yeah.
Oh, y'all went out there?
No, they dropped Jalen off
When,
Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Serenity said that was her favorite part of the con was hanging out with Jalen and CJ.
Yeah?
She said straight up.
Yeah,
that was
awesome.
hanging.
Awesome.
Yeah, man. Yeah, the brothers brought their kids out, man, to hang
with her big brothers.
Yeah, exactly.
And no, it's not called Blerd DC Con.
It's Blerdcon.
Blerdcon, yeah.
Black Nerd Convention.
Yeah,
It's like,
man.
oh,
And it is okay to say that.
Oh, hey, I appreciate the t-shirt love. I'll take that as a victory over Sherm today. You know what I'm saying? Flexing with my Dilla joint. I had a tank top on all day. I just felt like they were going to go on me. You know what I mean? 'Cause I grew up with these dudes. I just felt like they had been messing with me the whole show. So I was like,
It's good you didn't try to do the show.
I mean, I ain't want to stun on them. And I knew y'all was going to cook me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so no tank top.
Right.
Next time I do a solo show, I'll be, suns out, guns out. You know what I'm saying? It's a rap.
Right.
But look, see what I'm saying? Yeah.
You got 22s.
It's all right. It's all right.
22.
But anyway, you know what I mean? But yeah, Blerdcon was dope. Definitely will be popping next year as well. Stay tuned for more info on that. So, gentlemen, you know what I mean? So many things to talk about. Yeah, things we've been watching, stuff we've been listening to. What y'all want to get into first? And of course, the sports world. We got that.
Let's talk KRIT, man.
Let's talk KRIT. All right, cool. So for those, I haven't listened to a lot of new music this week, but one of the things that a lot of people have been talking about is Big KRIT's new album. That's out
here.
KRIT is here. It's here. It's here. So yeah, man. So gentlemen, thoughts. I've been talking for a minute. How do y'all feel about the new KRIT album?
You want to go first? You want me to go first?
Well, because mine is probably gonna be more typical. I don't know where this alien gets his opinion from tonight, but I think I don't like it as much as the last album. I think musically the last album was a lot more exciting, but I think this album feels definitely is a lot. It's a lot more personal. Like it's definitely like it feels like to me it kind of feels like you're sitting and getting like an interview from KRIT. Like he's giving. It feels like what he wanted his first album to sound like. If he had great production, like I think it's a dope project. I love it. Like I like it better than. Obviously I like it better than KRIT was here, but I feel like he wanted you to juxtapose the two and give you that same kind of feel. Like I'm just trying to give you me. Like the last album, it was music. Like he wanted you to feel like, I can do this music shit. But this one, it just feels like, I just want you to know who I am once again. For those that missed me this past however many years he's been doing this thing. So I love it.
Matt, to answer your question, we talked about the Madlib and Gibbs joint 2 weeks ago. We covered that when it first came
late,
out.
man.
Right.
Oh, I didn't even. Matt, he hit me up on Messenger.
Yeah,
I gotta hit you with a response, man. My bad.
Yeah, we got you,
busy
bro.
getting ready for a family reunion, man.
Yeah, but what are your thoughts, Jay?
I love the production. Okay, so we kind of talked about this before we went live. I like the album. I'm not saying that it's a bad album. I'm not going to segue and say it's. Well, I'll just say this. According to the last one, I expected more of the same. So when I get a different album, it kind of has to grow on me a little bit. This album gonna have to grow on me. I'm sorry. I can't give him accolades just because he KRIT and because I know he nasty with it or whatever. This album personally, for me, has to grow on me. So I'm gonna have to listen to it a few more times. Like I fell in love with Mississippi. Like that's on always dope. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I like the joint where he did not Eric.
Oh, you talking about the Jill Scott?
Jill Scott
Energy.
joint. Yeah, Energy.
That's my shit.
Yeah,
I like
I'm feeling
everything on there. I like Family Matters.
I like
You don't
the joint
Family
he did.
Matters?
No, I do like that too. I mean,
So you like the album?
I do. Here's where it may be. Here's where it may be. This is my personal bias because what I'm doing is I've been bumping Revenge of the Dreamers all week. You know what I mean?
Right.
So then when KRIT released, I slide in the KRIT.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when I did that, it's like now I
It's a
can't
big
really.
shift.
Yeah,
it's a huge shift.
big shift.
It's a huge shift. So it's not like the album is whack. I'm never saying that. It's a good
different
album.
vibe.
It's a different vibe.
Yeah.
So it's one of those vibes that has to grow on me before I give it
see
the
that.
accolades that I want to give it. Like I like this last album right now. Now granted, I just heard the album today review. So maybe tomorrow I'll wake up feeling a little bit different after I give it a few spins.
I think this is the year of like different albums personally. Everybody's dropping stuff that's like different that you gotta like just kind of like listen to it a couple times growing. Like I mean, even with that Igor stuff, man, and that stuff hasn't left my car. Igor, Anderson .Paak, yeah.
I still bump Oxford. That's
Yeah, Oxford though too, and Visual, yeah.
I'm gonna say this, like the transition from like using somebody like Royce.
Yeah.
Okay, so when Royce dropped this album before the Book of Ryan to me is a more example of KRIT is here. You know what I mean? Where it's a whole lot more personal, a whole lot more stories about his life and what he's about, and everything. But I think the Book of Ryan did a better job of segueing into an album that talks more about who he was as a person. And KRIT's album has done so far. Now I might.
And KRIT's album didn't have real like interludes or nothing like that, right?
Not really. He had some little.
There was some on there, but not really like personal type.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think that's a major difference too with Book of Ryan.
Hey, Bam. Oh, my bad.
Yeah. No, like I saw you saw the From Texas. Yeah. From Texas joint go.
Man.
My favorite track though is still Energy. Like Energy
from
is
Texas.
Yeah, From Texas go.
None of that shit from Texas.
Yeah,
That's dope. That's the
I just want to do it. Like whatever he said.
Was it Tsunami, Jasmine? Of course, we all ready for when you do your cover of
Hey, I definitely want to
We
hear
are
that.
all here for it. Because you already know you dope and shit. As what was it? My Ava asked Cash.
Nah, I can't find it.
Look, I got you. We gonna get Malcolm Jackson hip to your stuff, Jasmine. My Ava wants to know what's your sign, Cash.
I'm an Aries, so yeah.
My name's Cash. I'm an Aries.
It's like that. I'm an Aries. So
but tell your father, my Ava, asking grown men what they sign is.
Imagine growing up with two Capricorns, because both of these guys are stubborn.
Yeah,
that's true. They're stubborn as hell. They stubborn as hell.
We're up here like just sitting there, Rams, Cash like,
Exactly.
Struggle. Yeah, man.
So your thought on Big Chris album?
Who me?
Well, then you have to. You can't be from Texas. And oh my God,
have you heard it?
When you listen to it today,
yeah, that's true.
Well, let me ask this: did you hear his last album?
Yeah.
Okay, so approach it in a different. Don't be like me and expect.
I usually tend to approach every album like it's clean.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay,
but yeah.
That's probably my fault because I approached it on some. Oh, I know what I'm about to hear, and I'm gonna hear something different. I'm like, that ain't what I thought it was supposed to be, but it's still a dope album.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I enjoyed Chris' album. I have yet to give it listen to it in the whip. So that's, and I definitely got the vibe that I was like, I feel like this is where I'm supposed to be listening. Yeah. But the thing is, when I was listening, I listen to a lot of music. Like when I watch a lot of shows and listen to a lot of music when I'm cooking. I'm a dude that like I'll spend like an hour like prepping stuff before like I really like go in, so I can get a whole album in just off prep time a lot of times. So I was just rocking it, joint like that, and I found myself several like you mixing something. What up? I'm like, what track is this? You know what I'm saying? And that joint was, man, I enjoyed it. But definitely, man, that energy track. The moment I heard the joint, because I'm a huge, y'all know, I'm a huge Jill Scott fan. And of course, like other people have sampled that song. He's not the first one to do it, but I would say that's definitely one of the hottest.
I love his flow on that song too, man.
Yeah, I should probably do Jack and Jill too and jack that joint. You know what I'm saying? Just because that joint is fire. Maybe substantial remix. I don't know, son. That's my joint. I love it. I was telling Sherm. I mean, we good with the song as is. Like, don't get it twisted. But I was telling Sherm as I was listening to it, because I know KRIT and Lupe have done a joint together before, and I know Lupe and Jill have done a joint together before. So I was like, damn, it'd be dope, like a remix to this joint. It ain't necessary, but I would not be mad. You know what I'm saying? I would not be mad at that. You know what I'm saying? So if it happened, just know I put it out in the air, in the universe. You know what I mean? It's out there now. But
it's FSG. Yeah, I definitely want to hear whatever the hell them other 100 or so plus songs left off the Dreamville joint,
please,
man.
Thank you.
I'm hoping wintertime we get another joint. Hopefully we get another Dreamville by the winter, because like we can't sit on them songs forever.
Yeah. Hey, my Ava, look up the folks that I was telling your dad about. They're called the Other Guys. All right. So Other Guys Music on IG, and they just hit them up in the DM. Let them know I sent them your way, and it should be Mr. Joe. That should be the one to respond. All right. We need to get sub with Jill Scott next. Hey man, look. You know what I mean? We get enough people in numbers. Be like, look, Jill. You know, Substance, we love you. You know what I'm saying? We heard the project. I mean, that'd be amazing.
Things on her mind right now.
I mean, she does. And look, and it was wild too. Like, you know, you see a lot of people sharing clips of like other like new artists doing their thing and dropping joints, and like young folks like blowing up and stuff like that. That's dope. And so, you know, I mean, it'd be nice to get one of those type of cosigns at some point. But no matter, I'm still bodying shit as much as possible in these little Friday vids I'm doing and all this other new stuff I'm cooking up. So, you know, I mean, I love the song with Jill, but we'll see what happens. But anyway, what else I've been listening to? Anybody?
That's about it for me this week.
I mean, I've got stuff, but like I haven't had a chance to listen to it. Like I just mentioned, y'all, Kool Keith just dropped. If anybody knows the Ultramatic MCs, the greatest MC in the world. Hey, that's what he says.
Right.
You know what I mean? But like, yeah, Kool Keith just dropped an album. I just haven't had a chance to listen to it. Again, it's been hard for me to get Anderson .Paak out of my car, man.
Shit. I mean,
literally.
I just played,
like Yada Yada.
Arsenal been in my list, like getting much love.
Yeah, he definitely, man, like just been dropping quality music for a very long time. We'll say, but what was I gonna say? Shout out to my nephew Wealth. He just dropped his second single from our collab project called Bridges. Thank you. Yeah, man. And congrats to him, because he just got featured on the Lo-Fi Hip Hop playlist. That's a Spotify editorial playlist, so that's huge. You know what I mean? The young brother just went from, like I was just telling them, he literally had like 11 monthly listeners only a couple of weeks ago, and as of today, he's up to over 4,400 monthly listeners. You know what I mean? So shout out to the nephew, man.
Progress.
Super proud, man. Like, you know, like, yeah, man. Like literally, we were in Blerdcon on Friday when I got the word. And shed real tears, man.
There was a lot of crying this weekend.
I know,
yeah, man.
And you showed me another side of you. You know what I mean?
It's actually
and your guns.
It's FSG. It's actually 92, baby. But I appreciate that love, man. And so for those of y'all who haven't checked it yet, it's the first song lined up after the show ends today.
So we got still rapping. That brother used to battle John the Baptist.
Yo.
You know what, man?
Hey, shout out to Jay Wellington. That's the homie Big True.
Shit, okay.
Man.
I ain't seen that dude.
Yeah, man.
But I gotta speak on that though, man. Like a lot of cats be thinking like a lot of the old school rappers like fell off. You gotta understand, a lot of the old school rappers made a choice. You know, like the industry was changing and they decided to like stick a lot to the art, you know, plus bad record deals too, but a lot of them decided to stick to the art and, you know, do the concert thing and stuff like that. Kool Keith's been Like he's on everybody's. He you know, he went way deep into the underground. He's been on like breakdancer and stuff. He does a lot of breakdance shows, like appearances and stuff like that, and everything like that. So, you know, it's not just that you haven't heard of it; they just doing other things.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. And I would say too, the other thing to keep in mind, like you gotta think about like what does falling off really mean? And when you say it, like, what does that mean to you, right? Because, like, for me, when someone say someone fell off, first, I'm thinking a skill level more than
it's like a bad
for
album.
me, right? Like, because the thing is, like, someone could argue, because Master Ace has actually had, like, hit records,
Oh my
right?
God.
So one could argue that Master Ace fell off, but the reality of it is Master Ace still makes quality music. One would argue some of his newer music made some like music he's made in the last decade or last 20 years.
Yeah, man.
He's outdoing some of his earlier stuff.
His last album with what's the name of that producer, man? That album was nice.
Yeah, so definitely, man. I think we gotta really kind of take time to analyze what falling off really means. Because the thing is, if the person's still making quality music and it's just the masses ain't getting it the way they used to, does that really mean they fell off? If quality, they still giving you great quality, it's just less people doing it. And let's look at it this way, because one could argue KRIT fell off, right? Because KRIT used to be on a major label, but now he's dropping stuff independent. But now, if I'm talking from a business side, the funny thing is, because him, Lupe, all of these people that people would argue like fell off to a certain extent, the reality of it is, because their fan base is so big, even if they're not getting regular radio play or video play, they are making more money independently than they ever made with a major label. So shit, you could say I fell off. But the funny thing is, I'm making more money now without any fucking radio play, without any video on MTV, none of that shit, than when I had a video on fucking MTV. I called ASCAP.
You had a video on MTV?
Dog, I called ASCAP and asked them. Right, yes, it was. Both of these dudes. Yo, I called ASCAP to see how much my royalties would be from the shit, because it got played like a couple hundred times on MTV. And the motherfuckers told me that because of the fact that it didn't get played within a certain slot, there's no money owed to me. So don't get it twisted, ever. What you see and perceive as success in that, this person came up, doesn't always equal financial stability. So like all of that shit is smoke and mirrors, dog. And like what really it comes down to is like what quality of music are they making, right? And are they making enough of that shit and making enough money off of to sustain a living and continue to do it? And at the end of the day, that's all that really mattered. That's what mattered to them. And that's what matters to the true listeners who just want dope shit. So, you know.
That's some truth, man. It's You, I think that was like one of my first favorite tracks from the man. True that.
Yeah, man. But anyway.
I ever said watch your profanity.
Oh, my bad. I got it in my feelings. My bad.
I'll hold it. I'll hold it till afterwards.
Swear job. So look,
both your videos make MTV?
Yeah, my favorite things.
Back in the day.
Yeah, my favorite things. And and it wasn't just MTV, it was actually VH1 and BET as well. Like, so the joints were in rotation, all that. Shit, man, what was it? It's You, I think, was actually in the was nominated like amongst the Grammys and stuff as well. Made it through all the way through the second round, and so that's one round away from making it to the TV nominations. But like that thing, but that works the way everything does. Like you gotta have a certain amount of money to market or whatever yourself, so more people know who you are for you to even make it that far as a hip hop nominee. But anyway,
look at Jazz's last comment with the glasses joint. That is funny.
Say I'm re-recording the 3 I have on my Facebook to put on YouTube. I know the internet is ruthless, so I have to make sure my hair looks better than it did on Facebook. Hey, yo. Oh, my God.
Hey, I mean, I know this is not how it works, but I'm probably not going to be here, so I just want to, like throw out, like, the lost tapes, though.
Oh,
yeah.
That drops this Friday.
Lost Tapes drops Friday.
Yes. So you know.
It's already a song out. It's already a single out. Jerome Rap.
Okay.
That's pretty.
You sound excited. Because I know how you feel about Nas right now.
The only way I was going to be willing to accept Nas was with a Lost Tapes. Like beats, I was not going to. No, not even the beats. Like
And it's
Nas,
some dope
some of
Nas's
Nas's best work is Lost Tapes. Like the first Lost
That's
Tapes is an amazing album.
Yeah, man.
So like after hearing Nasir being disappointed with that, then hearing the Mary J. Blige single, I'm like, yo, like I think this dude is really taking a turn for the worse. But like if we can get a Lost Tapes too, because I think Lost Tapes
when we
I think we can get a resurrect. I think that's
as long as he don't
not a resurrection, but
with Kanye, I'm fine with.
Nah, I think we good. I think he's good on that. Everybody's good on that.
It sounds like he recorded vocals on the track and then they try to slice it with beats to a Kanye beat. It didn't sound like it was a.
Well, I mean, honestly, that's how I feel about a lot of Nas's stuff. Like to me, Nas is, nothing about his lyrical content because
I gotta get this disclaimer. Don't say nothing crazy about Nas. I will fight you.
No. Here's the thing. Okay, no. Because you see, I'm more sonic. I'm more sonic. You know what I mean? Then because like as MCs, everybody argues about lyrics and stuff like that. Lyrics matters to me, but the first thing I gotta know, that hits me is the sound and how whoever is talking is gonna be on a beat. Right. And to me, Nas is like he's like a machine gun. It just goes through something. Except for on like a Salam beat. Salam beat, I think he works through the beats. Right. But Nas, I just noticed that he just will just say his lyrics straight through, and that's my only thing. That's why I said like production, because if he's not on a Salam beat,
to this new song, he exhibits. He does his MC shit from time to time. Like I kind of tend to agree. Like sometimes Nas just get on the track and he gives you what he gives you, and the beat just kind of does what it does.
Like I left the studio.
But then you got like joints like what's the joint that he had a while ago that had the it had the favorite things kind of flow. Like every now and then and that's what this Jerome, like it's called Scat Attack, and he's really like. And somebody said sonically it was disappointing. I do agree, but I appreciate first of all, like he's spitting, like he's doing on the joint. But it's one of his experimental flow type joints. Okay. He'll give you the lyricism, but I appreciate when he does the shit because he's still an MC at the end of the day. And
go ahead.
No, that's basically.
I was just gonna say, you were talking about when he switched up his flow. If Heaven is a Mile Away, hands down.
Yeah, that's another one.
That is one of the best Nas songs that people oftentimes never mention. It is a great song.
But Godson album definitely gets overlooked a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the Godson. Yeah.
But what was it? To trust this my dad, FSG says, my dad showed me some old Nas music a while ago. The video made it look like New Yorkers just walked around in abandoned buildings and wearing Tim's and
coats. That is too
pretty
funny,
much. Oh my God.
What you doing today? Just going to an abandoned building, smoking an L, drinking a 40, wearing some Tim's and a big coat.
You want to know what? People were joining on Ghostface Killer too. That the one where he got on Tigger, like he like punked Tigger and stuff. Mm-hmm. Everybody was like joining on his clothes and stuff from Ghost. Yeah, somebody. Yeah, because like man, in the '90s. And the thing is, them things used to scare people. The way people used to dress in the 90s.
Because you never knew what somebody had.
Hey, yo, you all laughing, but people used to cross the street when we walked down the street wearing that type of shit.
Because it's like you never knew.
Yeah,
but what was I gonna say? But real quick, just to shift gears, I know you got updates for us, and then I want to ask a lot of questions for my man. Malcolm, man, because he came all the way up from Houston, you know what I mean? So definitely chop it up with him too. But let's get some updates, Cash. What you got for us in the sports world?
I'm gonna keep it short because
you're not a Knicks fan, are you?
Oh no.
We addressed that, man.
Made it worse. So the unexpected happened. Russell Westbrook was traded not to the Miami Heat. He was traded to the Houston Rockets.
Oh, he did go to the Rockets.
He's with the Rockets now. They got a couple first rounders for him. It doesn't make sense. You got Russell Westbrook, who will dribble the air out the ball, and you got James Harden who will dribble the air out the ball, both on the same squad. Now, granted, they go back and they cool with each other,
Right.
and they've known each other since the OKC days. I just don't see or understand how this is going to work in Houston.
Yes, you do. They're gonna score 1,000 points. That's the game plan, dog. You put two dudes like that on your team. Your plan is we're gonna outscore everybody.
So one of my boys, when it came out, he said the other three guys on the floor might as well not have any arms.
That's real. That is real. That is so real.
The thumbs or whatever.
Like they might as well not have any arms because honestly, I can't see them having any use for anybody. That's way too much. There's not enough balls to go around. So for me, that was the wildest thing that happened.
I gotta grow up.
You just think about all the players who have enough balls to go around.
That's like it's a trigger word for me. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So that was the
they went back to high school.
Who?
I guess somebody, Josh saying Russ and
They go back to high school.
Josh Harden, James Harden go back to high school.
High school? No, I didn't know about that. I know they go back to OKC. I know that Russ is from California. He from SoCal. I don't even know where James Harden is, but that's a good one. I might just look that up. But anyway, yeah. So to me, that's the only real news that's happened this week so far in the NBA. When it comes to tennis, Serena took, well, first of all, last week, the 15-year-old.
Coco.
Yeah,
Yes,
Coco. She beats Venus.
Coco's golf.
And then this week, Serena loses.
Yeah.
Also, she lost her matchup woman also.
Is she done? She's not done.
She's not done, but
Right.
like I said before the show, I said this may be the passing of the torch.
Yeah.
I think it
seeing,
definitely is.
we're seeing the greatness of the
Serena got
Williams
family
sisters,
and everything now.
which is good because they kind of set the bar.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of people who
You don't
look up
have
to them.
her.
They're
You don't have
the
her
Jordans.
without.
They're the
right.
Jordans of the tennis
Exactly.
world.
So we may be watching the Kobe Bryants of the tennis world come
Yeah,
up,
right.
emulating
trying
this
to be
style,
like
trying
Venus
to
and
be
Serena. Yeah.
Venus and Serena. So
And
we may
the
see
funny
the
thing
passing
about
of
that
the
15,
torch.
their parents said that, man, they didn't even expect her to place. They just like, hey, just do this,
Yeah.
play your best.
She's
And she
good
went.
at it.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
she's
So,
absolutely good at it.
yo,
That's what's up. So yeah, other than that, we can talk about some more issues when it comes to women and equal pay next week. I want to get into that.
Yeah.
That's been a big thing right now with women's soccer, especially with the women's team just finished.
Yeah, they getting chips.
So we're
well, the
going to dig
endorsements going
deeper
up
into that.
now.
I want to say that
But-
for next week.
Yeah.
I want to say that
right.
for next week because we got a lot of other stuff to cover. And I want to give my man Jackson his
Definitely
proper
unpack
due.
that.
So that's
So
all.
can't thank you.
Harden one time.
ASU,
Russell, UCLA, Pac-12. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Worst
Man, stop
NBA
complimenting
teams in
this
history.
man's shirt. Who cares about
Keep
this
them compliments
whack-ass
coming.
Dilla shirt, man?
Hashtag.
And
fuck
somebody
Sherm
said you was
shirt,
cheating.
man.
Somebody said you was cheating earlier. That is cheating, man. You throwing some Dilla shit. It's not, come on, man.
Code.
Yeah.
Not all Dilla shirts are created equal. Thank you. You know what I'm saying?
But this is
You put a shirt with a donut on
But
it
that's
says
a special-
Dilla,
yeah.
and you win already.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's a special
As someone
edition,
who
I
had
think
two
this
different Dilla donut shirts, you are absolutely right.
This guy's becoming an official host
Right.
now.
He had the button down.
Yeah, man.
Thumbs up, Miles B. I appreciate that, man. I
Man,
really do.
listen. So, fun fact, right? Like before, and I won't get too much into it because definitely it's a lot of past to unpack with it. At one point in time, me, Cash, Sherm, and another friend of ours were all working on a business together where, like, we were ultimately going to be doing something similar, but even more so. So this isn't. It's almost like this was kind of always what it was supposed to be. You know what I mean? And it's just.
Weather.
Yeah, so like, so yeah, man, that's so it's not, yeah, so yeah, definitely Cash is officially like this is what it is, you know what I mean? But yeah, just understand, nothing surprising because this is something we don't
So is Ron Burgundy.
Oh my God, yeah.
Don't rub them thighs again.
Hey, but Johnny, real talk, we need to get into that speech that Megan had I want to get into it, but next week is a better time. We're going to talk more about that whole issue and the women's equality and pay and what that would take, man. But that's something that we definitely need to dig into with a lot more time.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
So listen, on that note, we have the brother Malcolm Jackson here, super
Live and in the
percussionist
flesh.
extraordinaire. So I guess to give a little background for those who don't know, if you've heard the album The Garden, 3 of the tracks from The Garden actually featured this brother here playing playing xylophone, playing the vibes, playing marimba on tracks.
Killing that goddamn
Man, and he's not, and that's not the only thing he plays. He's a percussionist, so anything, like any percussion instrument, this brother can play.
Anything that you can bang on.
You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of that,
You know, so-
Sheila E. just revealed that she played bottles
And-
on Michael Jackson's.
Yo,
yeah.
a bottle filled with water with
She invented that joke.
triangle.
Triangle.
Yes.
Yes.
On what song?
Don't stop till you get enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah, she filled.
Quincy wanted something
That
different.
is amazing.
And she
That is an amazing
Side
story
note.
right there.
Sheila E. is so underrated.
Yes.
Yeah, she is beautiful.
So-
isn't she?
Underrated.
So,
That helps.
so as a fellow percussionist, like, I mean, you know, like, I mean, can you speak on, like, when you found that out? And I mean, your feelings on Sheila E. in general, because I'm a super fan. I got some of her final in there. So, yeah, man.
I mean, Sheila E. to me, like, yeah, just the pinnacle. Like, especially for, I would say primarily for percussion in the pop world, and especially for drum set, she's like one of the pinnacle artists
Right.
to like look up to.
Right.
Because like, one, she's worked with Prince,
Right.
and like the electricity of Prince,
You
and
couldn't
like
stop
the
there.
music, just the music that Prince has in itself,
Right.
and him and she working with him
Exactly.
already speaks for itself.
Exactly.
Right.
So like the creativity there, and then on her own creativity of the things that she does as a percussionist is just like monumental. So like
Sure.
when I found out, I was like, on one end, because now percussion is more of a contemporary thing, and we do stuff like that now. We do much more weird stuff.
Right.
So create different sounds and textures. It's like it's normal.
What's the strangest thing you've played?
Recently, when I was in Canada, in Montreal, actually for Labo in Montreal, which is the name of the lab that I was in, I had to play a prepared hi-hat with combs. So
With hair comb.
let me set the visual for you. Because they now editing the audio and video. So once I get that, I'll let everybody know. But let me set the vision for you. So you have a hi-hat. For those of you who know, a hi-hat basically goes like this.
Yeah.
Look it up.
I thought it went like ding, ding. No.
So you have a hi-hat. The composer had me cover the hi-hat in foil with pennies inside the hi-hat, and I'm playing on it with tones. It's more of a visual, because there's also visuals behind it, so it's more of a auditory and visual experience as well. So once you actually see the video, it kind of makes a little bit more sense.
Right.
But yeah, that's one of the
What kind of combs though? Are you talking about like Afro picks or like?
no.
No, the metal.
Ragtail combs?
No, because I'm saying like combs, like you know, Afro. Are you talking about like the
on Euros.
the Afro picks you use on what?
On Euros. So
Yeah, like the the scraper. Yeah, but like, so what kind of combs though? That's like
So like the standard unbreakable combs that you might buy in store.
unbreakable combs. Well, you know,
no experience, but for the rest of us, you know that too.
yeah.
So yeah,
Cold.
yeah. So you know,
Yeah.
play on that and stuff like that. So yeah, so that's one of the weird setups I had as a percussionist so far.
That's crazy.
But it was a dope experience though. No lie. But
Yeah,
yeah.
man.
But yeah.
So you just get up. I mean, how do y'all get up and just like look for sound? Like that's the part. That's the part to me is the most amazing aspect of it. That's you guys are able to capture sound from just about anything, or whatever. So what inspires that? Like, are you just like, I need something new, I need something different, or is it like?
You hear it first, or
I mean, part of it's a lot of different things. Part of it is we need something new.
Okay.
Some of it is what we hear. Like we actually have a instrument where we can imitate silence, and then like we also have like bird whistles to imitate bird calls and things like that. And then like a lot. And also, like, and even then, we create different instruments for different sounds and textures for whatever music the composer wants or whatever we want to play.
It's a limitless thing, so it's like
exactly.
You can make music out of pretty much anything.
Exactly.
It has no form, really.
Exactly. And like the idea is that two of the main instruments that are like more new instruments to the world of instrumentation music is saxophone and percussion. So a lot of music that you would hear if you're listening to contemporary music or more of your modern classical music, you would hear very abstract and very non-tonal music from both idioms. So yeah, it's like whatever we can create, whatever sounds we can get out, and how far can we push the envelope.
Somebody just had a really interesting comment.
Yeah, what would all metal drums sound like? I think they have that
but it said it's saying like if each part was made from a different metal.
Yeah, we actually, they won't be actual drums. We actually play on just metal plates, and we have different sizes, different thicknesses and textures, and they give different sounds. So like, there's a percussion instrument that we call metal plates or metal sheets, where it sounds like thunder, and it's just a sheet of metal. And we hit it, you know. And then like we have like different plates to give different sounds.
You ever played a song?
Yeah.
A song like
of course.
Of course. Who doesn't play songs? Like in production, bro. That's since elementary school.
Yeah.
No, like for different concerts and whatnot.
Yeah, like an actual real song. Yeah. Because it makes like weird.
Like I've heard, you can't I've heard the sound, but you just wouldn't think that. Well, I mean, it's music, so somebody would think to incorporate it, but you wouldn't think to
every percussionist, of course, you play the song.
So we need someone to play this, like
more cowbell, more cowbell.
Let me tell you this. So there's this one piece where you have to put marbles on a bass drum, right? And you're playing, and like the percussionists are playing with sticks and brushes and things like that. And then to the point where you have to hit hard enough to where the marbles start falling off the bass drum. And
that's what they want.
Yes, that's what the composer wants. And so the marbles hitting the floor is another sound section for the piece.
Whoa, stop the press.
No, don't do it.
I got it.
No, it's going to take away from the
you got, that's just like a lot of different ideas in percussion.
So how long you been doing this for? Like,
I can now say it's been over a decade.
Really? Because you sound like you've played like every percussion instrument ever.
Almost. There's a few percussion instruments. Well, I would say more of world percussion instruments that I haven't touched or played or experienced yet. So, but yeah, like most of your westernized percussion instruments I haven't played.
You making any albums, man?
Right now, I'm more focused on composing because I'm going to submit a composition to PASIC, which is basically a percussion convention, international percussion convention. So I'm writing like 2 compositions, trying to finish those up before August, and then later on.
I'm sorry. That is just an awesome thing. Like writing a composition, like that's one of the dopest things to do is to write music, man. Because it's like a code. It's like, and if you're not in that matrix, you don't know what the fuck it is until it's played. And it's like, oh, that's what those things mean.
So like Questlove. I mean, this cat's he's a known drummer, but this cat like composes regular. I mean, he composes
it's similar
like
to
full music.
Yeah, like orchestras, symphonies.
Yeah. So as a drummer, I mean, or percussion, so you're like, so you, is it in general that you all have to learn more bass? Because I mean, you're the backbone of music in general. And so do you all like end up learning more from each instrument per se, or get more familiar with them, or you are?
I mean, when you're starting off, you basically learning how to play instruments because like percussion is a large variety. So you have to understand the technique of how to play different instruments. Like for playing mallets, which is like your marimba, vibraphone, xylophone, glockenspiel, things like that. You have different types of techniques to play mallets. And like especially for marimba, which is more like a solo concert instrument. Like you can play with 2 mallets, you can play with 4 mallets, you can play with 6, some people play with 8, and then you got 10. And that's like rare. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
So if I have my say back, I'm gonna show you, but I ain't breaking with you.
You can play with 10?
No.
Oh, I was about to say.
I can play with 6. I can play with 6, but I can't play with 10.
Only 6.
Right, yeah. I can play with 6. That's nothing. Yeah, right. I look crazy.
Do you think I have an octopus? It's madness, man.
Yeah,
we got some great questions. Yeah, so what was it? First one was Josh asked, what's Mr. Jackson's favorite track he worked in or produced?
Well,
You're on the show. You're on the show.
I'm gonna give you a few answers. So on the mallets, on production, stand stuff because I enjoy it. As a solo artist, one of my good friends from graduate school. Well, he's an undergraduate, he graduated, but from my time in graduate school, he has a production compilation because he's an audio engineer, and he asked me to perform one of my marimba solos for his audio production. It's like a senior project, so I really like doing that. For a drum set, the same audio engineer. I played drum set with this group called Boundless, jazz group called Boundless in Nacogdoches, Texas. And so like we have quite a few tunes that we play. Yeah, quite a few tunes that we play, and I play drum set on there. And then live drum set. There's this Houston rapper called John the Black. I played drum set for him for his not his latest album, his album that he released, I think 3, 4 years ago.
Lack of all trades over here.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, so that's the favorite.
So Nacogdoches.
Yeah,
right.
It's
Okay.
about 2 hours north of Houston. Small town.
It's gotta be. Whenever you hear names like that, you know they're small towns. Whenever it's got those weird kind of quaint names, like there's like 50 people there.
Right. Quick question from the homie Jay Wellington. Which instrument was the most challenging to play / get used to?
I would say marimba. Playing formal marimba when I first started out. Because when I first started out, I didn't really learn formally. I kind of picked it up from a friend of mine who was playing marimba. He played formal. I was like, oh, that's dope. I want to do that. And so he taught me how to hold the mallets. I was like, all right, I'll figure it out from there. And then I just researched other different types of ways to hold mallets. There's like 3 different ways to hold 4 mallets. Yeah, so yeah, it's a lot. There's a lot. And so once I actually started getting formally trained on it and just trying to get the technique down, it's like.
But you taught yourself initially.
Yeah, I taught myself initially. Then I started learning formally from there and there. But it's just exciting.
Yo, Joshua was saying you might as well recreate the Hey Y'all video. Hey, there you go.
Right. Hey, now that picture, like now picture you in the Hey Y'all.
Right.
I can do that. Like, you been 4 hours.
So real quick, man, what's next for you? And go ahead, shout out your social media stuff. I'm going to actually add all of the proper social media stuff in the description. Yeah. So we gonna be rapping soon. But yeah, real quick, give them your social media and all that. Let them know what you got next.
Yeah. So website is mpinfinite.com. Same thing for all my social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. You can follow me all on there, keep up what I'm doing. Recently, I released a production single where I sampled one of my marimba songs that I've done into a production, so you can check that out.
Where is it at?
On Bandcamp.com. The title of it is Ongoing Residue. So
you're MP Infinite on Bandcamp as well?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can check me out on there. Upcoming things is finish my compositions.
I am after this though.
And trying to plan some concerts for the fall around town in Houston. So yeah.
That's what's up.
Mike wanted to know if you ever played in a marching band, real quick.
Yes, I started playing marching band when I went to my undergrad school. Played cymbals.
That's dope. Hey, so real quick, before we go,
yes. Alphas, yeah. I'm not part of the Divine Eye or no fraternity, but yes, I get what you mean.
So real quick, AAROCK, before we go, let them know what you got next and where they can find you on social media.
Alright, actually I'm gonna be at Otakon in about a couple weeks, rocking with Stan, Shingo 2, Marcus D, Minmi, straight from Japan.
Wow. Big deal.
Who else is coming up through there?
Fat John was supposed to come, but he had a family emergency, so he won't be able to make it.
And shout outs to my boy DJ Icewater. He's gonna be coming through there. It's gonna be a big concert, man. Fly here, teleport here, do whatever you need to do.
Yeah, I usually don't press people out and say, hey, you might want to take a cross-country trip to come to a show. We have fans that have done that, like in real life, like people who've literally flown from like countries in Central America to come see us rock in Seattle and other places like that. Has really happened. And if there was ever a show to do that for, it's this show that we're about to do at Otakon.
Yeah, tribute to Samurai Champloo and New Jealous.
Yeah, it's definitely a New Jealous tribute and a Samurai Champloo tribute show. It's going to be crazy. Probably like 1,000 or more people there.
Asheru too.
Asheru's. I was keeping it on the low level.
Oh, my fault.
Yeah.
Yo, rewind that.
Right, yeah. I might trim that out in the video.
Look into this light right here.
Trying to surprise people a little bit. So real quick, let me run down the quick calendar for y'all. I'm doing, there is a show I'm supposed to do at the end of this week coming up. It's for this organization. I don't have all the details yet. It's in Chinatown. When I get it, I will post it. So if you're around in Chinatown around there, come through. If not, don't worry. The events you need to be at though, July 25th, I'm actually performing at the Library of Congress. We're doing a panel at the Library of Congress. We're actually submitting certain items or whatever for historical reference into the Library of Congress and doing a performance on the lawn. So that's July 25th. July 26th through the 28th, we will be at Otakon, as he mentioned, with the concert being on the 26th. What was it? August 1st, you can catch me in Cali and LA with Marcus D, with Nitsua, and also with the homie Chris Allen, who we didn't mention before, but he's the dude who organized both the Otakon show and the show that's happening at the Library of Congress. So shout out to Chris for that. And in Baltimore, I got something coming up in September by this organization. Oh my God! Shout out to the homie Matt Pressberry. It's basically, it's called the Black Fathers Foundation. It's their annual gala, which I will be hosting and performing at. So more details coming soon for all of these great events. Some of the links are already in the description. Last thing,
Maya was showing her age on there.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God, I can't go to Otakon because I have to go to this stupid summer camp. I can just see her with a summer camp shirt on, with some calf high, red and blue striped socks, with some pro cans on, 2 pigtails on a raft. Have fun at summer camp, man.
Alternating the same 2 shirts for like 2 weeks.
For the whole 2 weeks, right?
It's a struggle.
Look out for Jason.
But definitely, hey man, thank y'all for another great show.
One quick thing, man. We totally forgot this, but like, man, shout out to anybody down in New Orleans.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
yeah. I come from Hurricane Alley, so I mean, I know what they're feeling like.
Hey, get out if you can,
so, man. Just want to shout that out.
Definitely, man. Sending just all the positive thoughts, and definitely, man. If anybody knows of any organizations or whatever supporting the efforts that's happening down there, please feel free to drop it in the link and all that good stuff. Prayers to those who are in the struggle down there. And on that note, I think that's about it, man. Thank y'all for tuning in for another great show, man. Shout out to our patrons. One of the things that I promised to the patrons who put up $5 or more to the show is that we would list you in the thank yous in the comment section. I'm still working on the slate that's going to be added to the very end. That shout out the highest paying patrons who are considered executive producers of the show. So shout out to y'all. If y'all have not signed up for Patreon to become a patron for Substantial Sundays and the music that I make and all of that good stuff, please do so. We are officially at 23 patrons, which means we are nearly halfway to our goal of 50 patrons so we can start our official podcast. We are so close. We're making plans. We're ready when y'all are. So please sign up if you haven't. Literally, $1 a month will make you a patron. $1 a month. $12 a year will make you a patron. And you will get an exclusive song every month. That's all you gotta do. So,
less than definitely.
Less than Netflix. All right.
Mercedes.
Yes, yo, that's crazy. Definitely heard about we'll talk about it off camera because the show about to wrap. But yeah, man, it's crazy. What's the code for the merch? There's no code for the merch or whatever for the summer sale. Just make the purchase. We'll contact you via email, or you can email us and just let us know what the other release you would like, and we'll send it in the mail to you. On that note, y'all, we gotta go. Everybody say peace.
Peace, peace, peace.
Yeah,
Hope y'all
man.
enjoy.
Yeah, we will see y'all next week, man. Y'all be safe out here. Peace, peace. And on that note, we wrapping up with Nephew. All right, y'all. We out for real.
I don't play by the law. Hands on my balls, I play like a boss. I look in the mirror, I don't see nothing wrong. Then I look up and see where I belong. Head to the throne, man, I'm finna relax. Word to my dealer, man, I'm finna be back like OG Bobby, covered in wax. Leave nothing behind, you can't cover my tracks. Checkmate, I'm finna body little mommy. Great sex, her Wakanda to Jumanji. You outdo her and Kalani. Booted up, we taste testimony. I'm considered a little, I'm too sick with the flow. Let me read you this riddle. When doors open up, I proceed through the middle. Yeah, that's me leaving, cause I just don't feel you. I turned it up, but I still wouldn't hear you. That trap shit ain't working, you should be more spiritual. Not even lyrical, I just might be a miracle. I fell out the sky, no need for a parachute. Not even close, you couldn't compare the two. Won't take the L, cause I missed the incredible jump back. Yeah, still 2 steps ahead of you. Kick up my feet while blowing this medical. I can do for myself. But can somebody save me? I'm so not for sale. They keep trying to play me. I've been going through hell. I work like you can tell. She's crazy. I'm just saying I need you, baby. I can do for myself. But can somebody save me? I'm so not for sale. They keep trying to play me. I've been going through hell. I work like you can tell. She's crazy. I'm just saying I need you, baby. She's crazy. I'm just saying I need you, baby.